Her closest friend lost it completely during a heated fight. Your girlfriend hooked up with some other guy last night. You pathetic fool. I refused to accept it until she smirked and said, "Want to watch the footage?" When she hit play, I stayed completely silent. 2 days after that, when I screened the exact same clip at a family get-together, my girlfriend's desperate pleas couldn't break the heavy quiet that fell over everyone. I'd never been fond of my girlfriend's best friend. I get that it's a common trope, but here, it was genuinely the case. My girlfriend, Emily, is, or used to be, cheerful and warm-hearted. Her best friend, Jessica, is the total opposite. She's the type who appears to feed off chaos and bitterness. And throughout the 2 years Emily and I had been a couple, Jessica always glared at me like I was dirt stuck to her soul. I simply assumed it was something I'd have to tolerate. This past Thursday, I returned home to a massive shouting battle raging in my living room. I live in a townhouse, and the noise reached me even in the driveway. I stepped inside, and there they stood, on opposite sides of the space, screaming at one another. It wasn't their first huge blowout, but this one seemed different. It was nastier. Emily was in tears. "I can't believe you'd say something like that to me. After all we've been through." Jessica just let out a cruel, cutting laugh. "Oh, spare me the crying. You're not the innocent one here." She noticed me in the doorway, and a slow, vicious smile crept across her face. She looked beyond Emily and fixed her gaze on me. "You know what?" Jessica said, her tone laced with poison. "I'm tired of hiding it for you. He needs to hear what kind of liar you are." Emily's face drained of color. "Jessica, don't you even think about it." But Jessica kept staring at me. She jabbed a finger toward Emily. "Your wonderful girlfriend hooked up with another guy last night. You pathetic fool." The words just lingered there. It hit me like a punch to the gut. I turned to Emily. She was shaking her head, tears rolling down her cheeks, but she wouldn't look me in the eye. "She's making it up," Emily murmured. "She's only trying to wound me." I wanted so badly to trust her. I truly did. In that instant, my mind raced for any way to brush it off. Jessica was a notorious instigator. This was likely just her escalating to the worst possible level in a dumb argument. I was about to tell Jessica to leave my house. But then Jessica took out her phone. "Oh, am I making it up?" she said, her voice dripping with mock kindness. "Want to watch the footage?" Everything froze for me. Footage? That wasn't merely a claim. That was proof. Emily let out a strangled cry. "Jess, please don't do this." Jessica paid no attention. She walked straight over to me, eyes locked on mine, and offered her phone. I didn't want to see it. Every instinct told me to turn and leave. But I needed the truth. I took the phone from her. She had it already loaded. I hit play. It was unsteady, like someone recording secretly. It was dimly lit, but I could plainly make out the back of a man's head and Emily's face. They were inside a car, and they were making out. It wasn't a quick friendly kiss. It was deep, heated, and lasted around 30 seconds. Then the clip stopped. I felt empty. It was the oddest sensation. The pain was buried somewhere inside. But my mind had blocked all feelings to focus on the reality. The reality was, the woman I adored, the one I planned to propose to soon, had betrayed me. The other reality was, her best friend had just handed me the evidence. I gave the phone back to Jessica. I didn't speak. I just stared at Emily. Her face was streaked with tears and fear. "It was an error," she cried. "It didn't mean anything. Please, you must trust me." I didn't trust her. The kiss in that clip didn't seem like an error. It seemed deliberate. Jessica watched me, likely waiting for me to lose it, to shout. I did the reverse. A strange calmness came over me. I looked at Jessica and said in a steady tone, "Send that to me." Jessica's triumphant grin wavered. She appeared puzzled. Emily paused her crying briefly, mouth agape. "What?" Emily said. "Send me the footage," I said again, facing Jessica. "Right now?" She hesitated with her phone. Then my device buzzed with a message. I confirmed. The clip was there. I saved it to my phone and backed it up online. I looked up. "Jessica," I said, "leave my house." She exited without another word, a hint of unease in her expression. I believe she finally saw she'd released something unstoppable. Then I faced Emily. She was twisting her hands, launching into excuses once more. "It was just a foolish, alcohol-fueled error. He's only a colleague. It won't ever happen again, I promise. We can move past this." I simply raised a hand. "Enough." She went quiet. "We'll discuss this another time," I said, tone utterly neutral. "For now, I I need space to think. I walked by her, headed upstairs to our bedroom, and shut the door. She assumed I was processing emotions. She assumed we'd have an emotional, lengthy talk, and that she could somehow repair it, make it right. She had no clue. I wasn't dwelling on our relationship. I was planning details. Because to me, our relationship had ended. The only question was how to finish it. And I knew without doubt that it wouldn't be a private, low-key split. She hadn't merely cheated. She had shown contempt for me, our bond, and our plans. An action like that didn't merit a discreet departure. It merited witnesses. And I knew precisely when and where. This Saturday, her parents were throwing a large family cookout. It was meant to mark my recent job promotion. Both families would attend. All our friends. It was intended as a joyful occasion. Now it would be entirely different. It would be the day everyone learned who she truly was. I had 48 hours to prepare everything. Update 1: It's now Saturday morning. The cookout starts in a few hours. The past 2 days have been the most bizarre of my life. I've shared the house with Emily, pretending things are somewhat normal while quietly unraveling our shared existence. It's felt like starring in a thriller. Except I'm only reclaiming my own path forward. After heading upstairs Thursday night, Emily gave me space. I think she feared pushing me further. She likely believed distance was wise. She was mistaken. The distance allowed me to strategize. First thing, I phoned my closest buddy Dave. I shared every detail. He was livid for me, but he grasped why I didn't immediately evict her. "You're going to torch everything, right?" he asked. "Yes," I replied. "I am." He simply said, "Good. Tell me how I can help." The following morning, Friday, was packed. I rose at my normal hour. Emily was already up, in the kitchen, appearing sleepless. She attempted to open dialogue. "Can we finally talk about this?" I shook my head. "Not now. I'm still working through it. But hear me out. We can't let this spoil the cookout tomorrow. Your folks put in a lot of effort. Let's act normal for the next 48 hours, for their sake. We can handle us starting Sunday." Relief flooded her expression. She viewed it as a delay, an opportunity to persuade me. She quickly agreed. "Okay. Yeah, we can manage that." That was the approval I required. With the agreement set, I had room to maneuver. I called out from work, claiming a mental health day to think clearly. She accepted it fully. Once she headed to work, my scheme launched. First, money matters. We shared a savings account holding around $10,000, funds for a major trip. I visited the bank at opening. I told the manager I wished to close it and divide the money. As joint, it required her sign-off. But I discovered a workaround. I could take my share, all I'd contributed personally, leaving her deposits. I had records. I withdrew my $5,000 into a new solo account. I left her $5,000 there and removed myself from the account. She'd only notice on her statement. Next, the property. The house is solely mine. I purchased it before meeting her, but she'd lived there a year. All her items were integrated. So I began boxing. I bought 20 sturdy cartons and tape from a store. I was methodical. Started in the bedroom. All her clothing, footwear, cosmetics, everything. I folded and packed carefully. I didn't mishandle anything. I wanted her to get it all intact. This wasn't about damaging possessions. It was about erasing her presence. I continued to living room, bathroom, kitchen, all the small items she'd added that turned it into ours. The cushions she adored, the artwork she chose, her mug collection, all boxed. By 3 p.m., 15 cartons stacked neatly in the garage. My home felt like mine again. Bare but mine. Then the logistics. I removed her from my streaming services. I updated the Wi-Fi password. I took the garage remote from her car in the drive. She had a house key, but changing locks was simple. The toughest was photographs. We had images everywhere. I removed every one. Boxed them. The happy times now proof of deception. That was the only moment real sorrow hit. But I suppressed it. No time. Final step was the clip. Needed clear viewing for all. Living room TV has USB. Transferred file to a drive. Tested it. Played flawlessly, audio included. Kept the drive in my pocket. When Emily returned from work, house was tidy. No visible boxes. Photos gone, but walls large enough she didn't notice immediately. She was relieved I was polite. Suggested a film. I consented. We sat on sofa, space between, watched a comedy. Most unreal moment ever. She laughed, glancing hopefully, thinking repair possible. I stared ahead, pulse racing, drive and pocket heavy. She has no clue what's ahead. She believes she has the weekend to sway me, mend the damage. She thinks today celebrates me. She's mistaken. Today is her reckoning, with everyone important present to witness. Update 2. The cookout was yesterday. I'm now in my silent, bare house, and it's done. It unfolded nearly perfectly as intended. It was harsh, messy, and utterly required. We drove to her parents together. Ride was strained. She tried chit-chat. I gave short replies. She looked stunning. She'd clearly tried hard, likely hoping it aided her. It made me nauseous. Arrival showed party lively. Around 30 guests. Her parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins. My parents too, with sister and brother-in-law. All shared friends. Big, warm family gathering. Her father, Tom, hugged me tightly. So proud of you, son. This promotion is huge. I smiled, thanked him. For 2 hours, I performed. Mingled. Accepted praise. Allowed Emily's arm around me for photos. Each contact felt repulsive. She acted superbly, smiling, proud girlfriend role. Several times, hopeful glances, I offered small neutral smiles. She grew bolder, convinced she'd escaped. The time arrived near 4 p.m. Tom called all to back patio. Champagne in hand. Okay, folks. I'd like to toast my future son-in-law, he said, grinning at me. Cheers rose. He spoke warmly about welcoming me, my achievement. Pass to me. Your go, he smiled. This was the moment. Heart pounding, hands firm. I stepped center. Emily joined, taking my hand. I allowed it. Thank you, Tom, I began, voice steady. And thanks all for being here. It truly matters having family and friends. Yes, I earned a solid promotion, but today I've grasped something greater. The importance of truth and loyalty and love. Emily gripped tighter, beaming. She thought it honored her. And honoring truth, I went on, freeing my hand, pulling USB from pocket. I have a brief clip to share. It captures a meaningful moment. Her smile vanished. Confusion, then terror in her eyes. Her dad had large TV on patio for later game. I approached. Tom, mind if I use this briefly? Of course not, he said, oblivious. I inserted drive. Navigated with remote. Emily stood rigid, face whitening. What are you doing? She whispered, trembling. I ignored. Hit play. Unsteady dim clip filled 50-inch screen. Audio sharp in sudden quiet yard. All saw. Her face clear. Kissing the man in car. Undeniable. Full 30 seconds played. 30 seconds of crushing silence from guests. Only video sounds. Ended. Screen blank. I faced the group. Every face showed shock, confusion, horror. I looked at Emily. She seemed petrified. Then her parents. Her mom, Karen, hands over mouth. Dad looked devastated. My parents gazed with anger and empathy. Emily stirred, rushed forward. No, she wept. Please stop. We can discuss privately. I stepped back, hand up. I addressed all, voice icy. As you've seen, the celebration ends. Emily and I are done. She betrayed me 2 nights ago. Her best friend Jessica kindly recorded it. Gasps rippled. For clarity, I continued, louder. Her things are boxed in my garage. Her father can collect tomorrow. She won't return to my home. Emily sobbed loudly, pleading. Please, I'm sorry. It was an error. Don't humiliate me like this. You humiliated yourself, I said directly, when you entered that car. This isn't revenge. It's truth revealed. The truth you concealed. I faced her parents. Tom, Karen, sorry you witnessed this. But you deserve knowing your daughter's character. Then I left. Through stunned crowd. To car, drove home. No glance back. Final update. For months past. The fallout has calmed, but scars remain. My life is transformed, and truthfully, far improved. The immediate chaos post what I call the cookout was predictable. My phone exploded before halfway home. Emily, parents, friends, barrage of messages, calls. I ignored all. Home. Entered peaceful bare house. Powered off phone. Kept off 2 days. On reactivation, hundreds missed. Mostly Emily, swinging rage. You destroyed my life. I'll ruin you. And desperate pleas. Worst mistake ever. Please speak. Messages from her mom calling me cruel. Friends labeling me deranged. Deleted unread, blocked numbers. Blocked her entire family, her exclusive friends. My family, friends were amazing. Dad called. Proud you stood tall. Tough to see, but right choice. Friends supported, ensuring company if desired. Smear began week later. Emily, blocked directly, posted vaguely on socials about abusive, controlling partner, using one weak moment for public shame, isolation. No names, but obvious. Her circle lapped it, commenting strength, my evil. Days of stranger hate. Tempted to post clip publicly, but lawyer, consulted next day, warned revenge porn risk, though not explicit. So alternate. Selected 5 key shared contacts. 2 wavering mutuals. Decent cousin of hers. My sister, her dad. Sent private note. Hearing abuse claims about me. Won't battle publicly. Sending facts only for your judgment. Attached clip. Effect exceeded hopes. Her dad Tom called soon. Voice weary. Just to apologize. For all. She's lied to us too. Your action harsh, but I get it. Truth spread among importance. Emily's victim story crumbled. She deleted post days later as comments doubted her. Regarding others, Jessica got her due. Emily turned viciously. Heard of epic public blowout at restaurant. Emily blamed life ruin. Jessica retorted cheating deserved exposure. Friendship dead forever. Jessica, aiming to harm Emily, became outcast too. Trust gone. And the work guy? Easy to identify. Socials showed long-term girlfriend. I debated long. My business? Ultimately, yes, lies like that shouldn't stand. I anonymously sent his girlfriend the clip with brief note. Thought you should know. No idea outcome, but truth served. As for me, I've healed remarkably. Dating casually, enjoying single life in my home. Promotion thriving at work. Surrounded by real supporters. The pain faded faster than expected. What happened was devastating, but response empowered me. I refused to be the quiet victim. I chose to expose the betrayal exactly as it deserved, with full light. And I have zero regrets.